Do you remember the first script that you pitched?
I probably, well, I say I made short films forever, so I made a whole bunch of short films to begin with, and all of those were like that was in the old days of Super 8, where basically it cost money, and I would come up with whatever the cool short film idea was, grab my friends and go out and make it. The very first film I shot was actually on regular 8, before Super 8 was even invented probably, or maybe at least before I could afford the camera. It was called Laundromat, and it was a comedy about a single guy away from home for the first time, in college, doing his first load of laundry and not knowing anything. And, his shoes, puts his shoes in the laundromat washing machine.
Do you remember the first time you actually pitched to a studio executive or someone?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm fuzzy on that because what happened is I sold a spec script and this to a company on the Paramount lot, and that I was sort of so focused on doing the rewrites on that I was stupid and didn't pitch anything and didn't sort of ride the coattails of that deal because I was not smart enough to do that at the time. Later on, and the next two things I sold were spec scripts. And again, I didn't actually pitch anything to them. It probably came to, someplace, I know what it was. Ooh, it was weird. It was a strange situation. And this may not be the actual first, but I'm going to claim it. I had a meeting with a producer who had an male action star and needed a vehicle for the action star, and wanted it to be like Terminator. And I said, I think I've got a better idea than this, and pitched them a different idea. But that was like the first time I ever pitched anything that went from there. I pitched them virtual reality because the weekend before Showbiz Expo had been, or actually a couple of weekends before, Showbiz Expo had been at the convention center in Los Angeles, and a friend of mine and I had gone through all the stuff, and as we were leaving, there was in the parking lot a roller coaster being assembled. And my friend Jim said, "What's the roller coaster what's happening next week here?" We went in and talked to the management of the LA convention center, and they go, "Oh, we have the whatever it is, theme park convention going on here." So Jim and I snuck into the theme park convention and rode roller coasters, ate corn dogs, drank beer, did all that stuff for free, but also tried the newest thing in theme parks, which was virtual reality rides. And so nobody really knew about virtual reality rides except, Jim and I had done this. It was cutting edge stuff. And I thought, that's a story. So when the producer wanted to do a Terminator ripoff, I said, what if we do a virtual reality movie instead? I think that'd be cool. The audience hasn't seen it. And the producer went, virtual reality, what's that? And so I had to explain it to him and say, by the time this film comes out, everyone will know what it means.
So if you were to groom another screenwriter who's going in to pitch their idea, what are some quick and dirty little tips you could tell them?
The first thing is that it's all about the concept. When you pitch something, there's a thing they call the elevator pitch, and that's pretty much how you're going to pitch something, no matter whether you're in an elevator or whether you're in a pitch session like someplace here. And what you want to do is not tell the whole story. You just want to tell the idea of the story. I just got back from the Portland Film Festival, and I was on a pitch panel there, and one of the other people in the pitch panel said, what you never want to say in your pitches, and then, because what that is you're just telling scene by scene by scene. They don't care about that. That's what reading the script's for. What you want to do is interest them enough so that they ask to read the script, which means you come up with a great concept that makes them go, I want to see this movie, I want to read this script. And once you come up with that great concept, you might pitch 5 sentences, and that's it. And if they like if you can sum the idea up in like 5 sentences, then after that, they might ask you questions. Well, what happens when this happens? And then you can tell more of the details. But if you start out with, the guy wakes up and he combs his hair and he does this, it's the most boring pitch in the world. What we want to do is like focus on the meat. It's a story about a very uptight FBI agent who's everything by the book, crew cut hair, and hates the new young FBI agent guys. And basically, because he doesn't fit into the new FBI model, they transfer him to the division of the FBI that deals with crime on nudist colonies across the United States. And now This guy who's used to wearing a suit and tie wears nothing. He's got a badge. He's got a gun. You don't want to know where he keeps the badge. And he's part of the nude FBI. That's my fake pitch.
I would pay $12 for that.
See, that's, that the whole idea, but that came from, there was the FBI show on ABC, and when they brought it back, it was the new FBI. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if it was the nude FBI? Because FBI guys are always so uptight. I thought, I want to see the naked guys in car chases and shootouts and fistfights.